Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy K Dre. Today we watching a reaction video from Ocean. He has sent some beats to some famous rappers, and we're about to see what's about to happen. I haven't seen this video yet, so let's get right to it.
Here's a list of famous rappers, and today I'm going to be DMing them to send them my beats in hopes that I can land a song and show you what's possible if you shoot your shot as a producer. I'm Ocean, a music producer, and I work with a ton of artists, with my biggest song being with Young Adz.
Rolling in the coupe, yeah, just me and my dude, yeah. He was gonna bring the Susie, don't like how it shoots, yeah.
As well as developing up-and-coming rappers like my younger brother, Mars. My goal is to
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, he look a lot different without his dreads. I'm so used to seeing his dreads.
get a ton of placements. To do that, I'm leaving no stones unturned. I'm going to be hitting them up to work with me. All right, so here's the game plan. Here's a list of rappers I strategically came up with. Some who I think I'd work super well with my kind of style as a producer, but then some that I'm just a genuine fan of. I'm based in the UK, so it makes sense that most of the rappers on this list are from the UK as well, because then I can just invite them to pull up to the studio. And then we've got the rest across Europe and across the US. One by one, if I'm not already following them, I'm gonna follow them and slide right in them DMs. Let's go. One thing I would recommend before you start DMing people is cleaning up your profile. If a rapper clicks on your profile, they wanna see that you got music.
Hey, what he's about to give y'all is some real good game, man. So take heed to this.
Cool stuff out there so they can see that you're legit and you're a real producer. I think one thing that is different from the last time that I did this, now I have the verified tick. If you don't have it already, I'd recommend just paying for it, because when someone does see the blue tick, it does cut through in the DMs a bit more. All right, the first person I'm gonna hit up is the King of the North, Bugsy Malone. I hit him up last time, but let's try again. I'm literally just gonna copy and paste it one more time and unsend the last one. That was nice and quick and easy. Next person is Fredo. I definitely feel like me and Fredo would make some sick music. Looks like I already sent him a message. I'ma just shoot the shot again. What's good, Fredo? Big fan of your music. I'm gonna try and keep these quite short and brief as well. I'm a producer in London, worked with guys like Young Adz and Chip. Would love to work.
Also, from an artist standpoint, man, I think for anybody who's like a producer or artist, just in general, I feel like because people are so used to being spam, I feel like they're getting sent messages just to be used in some type of way for their platform or even their fan base. I feel like going at a way for him, it's different because he has some type of following, so he can be able to like put himself in that position to like reach out to these artists. But if you're trying to reach out to bigger artists or even people at your level, I think the best thing is to try to provide as much value as possible, and make it feel like it's a even trade, or that they're getting more out of it. Especially if it's someone that you really want to connect and network with, you want to make it as easy as possible. That it's no brainer that a person wants to network with you. I feel like that's a big one right there. Just making it as easy as possible for them to be like, you know, this is effortlessly. Like why I should be doing this, you know, with this person and trying this out. This is pretty dope. So yeah, that's pretty much. Let me go ahead and start it.
Can I send some beats? Let's go. Another person I'm gonna hit up, Ken Carson. I'm a big fan of Ken Carson's music. What's good, bro? I have some beats perfect for you. What's your email? I would love to send them over. Some of them I'm really just gonna keep short and sweet, because this guy probably gets like 10,000 DMs a minute. So I just wanna make it easy for them. If they see this, they can just copy, paste their email. Nothing too crazy. All right,
Once again, as he said, making it as easy as possible, because you got to be mindful of the person's time, especially if they're artists or some producer in a certain stature that they actually have a business going on and they're busy doing stuff. You got to be mindful of like their time and their spending. So if like they can really peep and see someone who's thoughtful of their time, making it as easy as possible for that person.
gonna take a big swing and hit up Santan. What's good, Dave? I'm a huge fan. Love the link up with Sench. I'm a producer in London who would love to work with you. Can I send some beats? I also have a studio in London you're welcome to pull up to anytime. Bang. All right, next up, we've got a legend in the UK.
All right, I'm not gonna keep pausing it because I want to like watch the whole thing and not have it taking forever. But notice that he's changing up each text. He's not singing the same text. a lot of y'all be sitting there spamming text, and it sounds like you're like copying and pasting the text. Like, legitly make it formatted as that specifically as if it's fitting for them, like that is fitting for them. Like, don't make a copy and paste text. People can easily feel that, like that type of energy. Like, it has no thoughtfulness put into it. So if you definitely want to like pierce through DMs, customize it based off the person, the artist, the producer, or any creative that you're trying to work with.
Conan, correct. I think he's actually recorded on one of my beats before, so I'm gonna just mention that and send this to him. All right, next up on the list, let's shoot for Digga D. What's good, bro? I'm a huge fan of your music. I am a producer in London. I got a spot in, would love to work. All I did.
Look at what he's doing. He has leverage. He's giving leverage. He's showing you like, yo, I'm a big producer. I have a spot for you to record. You don't have to worry about recording painting time, especially for your label. Look, I got you covered. Come by, stop by, swing by if you mess with it. See? Like, he has leverage. So you gotta figure out what type of leverage you can present to whoever you're DMing. Like, everyone has beats now. What's different about yours? Everyone can rap. What's different about you? Everyone can write lyrics. What's different about you? Shoot, we got AI here now, So what is it that you specifically can provide value to that's gonna want somebody to work with you?
DMs have been sent. I'm gonna wait about 4 or 5 days to see if we get any responses. Hopefully we get some responses. Fingers crossed, touch wood. We have some rappers that are down to work. And then in a few days' time, I'll come back and we'll see what the results are. But I also want to be proactive. So if I do get a response, I want to be able to just send them my beats as soon as possible. And the way I'm going to be doing that is using a very useful app called Session Studio. This app right here is built for music creators like us. It allows us to easily store all our music and share it or collaborate with other musicians. Right now, I'm inside my Session Studio. I got some of my beats already uploaded, and the easiest way to send them out is to just go over to playlists and create one. So if you hit this button right here, you can choose the beats that you want to send, and then you can go ahead and title it. I'm going to go ahead and put beats for Bugsy Malone. And then once you're ready, you can go ahead and share it. I'm going to create a link, make it so all my beats are able to be downloaded, and then I can go ahead, copy and paste that link, give it to Bugsy Malone, and it makes it super easy for the artist to listen to the beats, and the ones they like, they can go ahead and download. So here's the list that I created for Bugsy Malone. You can go through and hit play. They got a player right there, and then if the artist wanted to, they can go ahead and download that. Definitely increasing my chances of my beats getting listened to and getting used.
Hold up. This is actually can work for like collaborating. Like, if you think about it, like, I mean, of course you got like email, like Gmail and stuff like that, and you can like send it through emailing, but like, not gonna lie, like, if you like working with a bunch of artists and producers and stuff, like, this might be something dope right here you can look at using.
And if you don't want to share your beats anymore, you can just click here and revoke access. Personally, for me, this is like the best way to do it. I always end up using so many apps like Dropbox, WeTransfer, and it just becomes a mess trying to keep track of everything. But by using Session Studio, all my stuff is in one place. The great thing about Session Studio is free to use, and I've got a code in my description box. If you go ahead and use that at the checkout, then you'll get 3 months of the Creator Tier for free. And the Creator Tier gives you 500 gig of storage, which is a ton of music. Unlimited playlists, so that's like hundreds of playlists for artists. Unlimited share links, and that ability to revoke access. So go ahead and download Session Studio today. I got a link in the description. Go ahead and click that right now. All right, my guys, it is officially 7 days later, 1 week since I sent all my DMs out. Let's just say the results are interesting. Definitely not what I expected, but let's run through them. Me going into this, my strategy with my list of rappers was to try and go after as many UK artists as possible, just because I could utilize my studio space to give them a session. It's closer to home. I make that kind of music most of the time, but let's just say that did not go to plan. In total, I sent out 66 DMs to rappers, and I got a response from 12 rappers. So in total, that is about 18%, which I think is definitely quite good. The last time I did this a year ago, in that video, I got 11% conversion rate. So we've definitely increased there, which is good. So in total, I sent out about 40 DMs to rappers in the UK and I only got a response from 3 people. Really, really low, I can't lie. But surprisingly, I sent out 9 DMs to rappers in Spain and I got a response of 4. So that's like almost half. And in the US, which I'm even more surprised about, out of the 12 rappers I DM'd, I got a response from 4, which is quite high in my opinion, for sure. So let me go through and break down the responses. One thing I will say about reaching out is that you could just never ever take this personal if someone doesn't respond to you. Of course, everyone is busy in their own worlds doing their own thing. A lot of times it just comes down to timing. Honestly, you might just have caught them at the wrong time where they've completely missed.
And also, I just want to say, man, you gotta be mindful of people's life, bro. Like, people live lives outside of just, doing music. Like, also, like, everybody wants to do this as a career, and there's people who are fortunate to do it as a full-time career. But you gotta think about, like, people go through life situations. Some people might have kids. Some people might be might be getting married. Some people might be dealing with parents. Some people might be moving. Like, you just never know. Like, they might be dealing with deals. Like, it's all types of stuff. So, I mean, he's right. You can't take things personal. You just got to see it as understanding that it's business, and then as well as networking, and then the creativeness. And you just got to departmentalize. That's why I say just departmentalize and realize that you have to move your ego or your emotions out the way and realize that sometimes, like, there's a season for some people that they're not in that creative atmosphere. Like, there's been many times where I was in that creative atmosphere and people wanted to network and work with me, and I just wasn't in that time. I had to focus on other things, prioritize stuff, because I'm constantly working and I'm focusing on other things, and it's just shifting around. But yeah, being mindful of people, man, it take you a long ways if you be mindful of people.
It, so sometimes it is worth just reaching out again and trying again at another time. First up, we've got Carney.
You say that you need me, but I don't feel it now.
And I'm very, very excited about this one. He's an artist that I randomly found on Spotify, and every now and again Spotify will just bless you with a song that you would never have found without their algorithm. But one of his songs just randomly came up. I absolutely loved it and I thought, yeah, I definitely got to hit him up. So I slid into the DMs and I sent him some beats to his email. Carney's definitely someone that I'd love to work with. I feel like we would just make something crazy. Next up, we've got Sakar.
I found myself when I found you.
Remember the timing thing that I just said? I missed his message from a few years ago, but recently I bumped into him and I thought it would just be cool to hit him up and ask him for a session. So yeah, we got that locked in. That one's coming up. Another rapper that got back to me was Squeaks.
I'm a ginger, bread man, stack dope, get bands on that stove up.
I think this guy is sick. I went in and I asked for a session because I felt like that made sense. If he could pull up to the studio, we could definitely make something. I decided to target the drill scene specifically quite heavily.
UK,
just
shout out
I
to
got
UK,
a lot
man.
of drill beats that
I
are
have a
unused
lot of
on my
people
hard
over
drive.
there.
The first person that hit up was Mohada B.
Hacemos cosas ilegales, evitamos lucrar la voz.
And I did it in Spanish because I think it just makes more sense. And I essentially just said, what's up? I'm a big fan of your music. I'd love to work. Can I send you some beats? He responded, gave me the email, and of course, I'm gonna follow up with some beats to his email. I hit up Wise Boo Boo from Spain as well, and I sent the same thing, and he sent me over his email, so passing over some beats through there. Also sent out some DMs to a few Australian artists. I think they got a sick scene that's bubbling over there. The only person that got back to me so far is A Huncho, and I basically just said I'm a big fan of his music. I'm a producer in London, but I'd love to work with him, and he dropped me his email, so I'm gonna send him a batch of beats too. So I think when it comes down to this, it's all really a numbers game. Of course, you could try and slide in Drake's DMs and you might get response. I think you're probably most likely more to get response from up and coming rappers, but with them, you could drop them some beats and really build a sound with them. But yeah, like I said before, go ahead, shoot your shot, send some DMs. You never know who will respond and where that could lead to. If you like this video, make sure you check out this one right here, where I did the same thing, DMing rappers, trying to send them my beats.
Anyways, yo, man, if you guys enjoyed that, man, that was a pretty cool video. You know, what I take out is a lot of value from it, especially in that video, is the power of networking. And if you do it the right way, you can really get far and build a sound with some dope artists or producers. That's most important, really important, is building a network. If not, at least creating content. Look at me, man, creating content. So if you really want to start getting your name out there in your art, creating content and networking is the best way to do it. Of course, y'all know that, but it's the way how you present yourself and how you go about it, because at the end of the day, you want to treat this as a business and as a profession so you can make money from it. This your boy K Dre. If you also want me to react to your videos, like as far as your beats or your songs, man, let me know. Hit me up in the DM or hit me up in the convo down there inside the comment section. And also hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you're new. I'll be doing more reaction videos. This your boy K Dre and I am out.